Guys, we have some really beautiful energy going on today in the cosmos. I really like the energy of today, actually. Perhaps some unexpected things going on in relationship dynamics across the board today. We also have a lot of energy that is talking about and referencing this grand cross yesterday, this full moon in Leo that we had yesterday, and this transformation, this rebirth, this metamorphosis that we are collectively going through right now as a part of this shift of the ages, this transition into the age of Aquarius. So let's jump into the energy for today, talk about everything that we have going on and what our beautiful stars might bring us today. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Thursday, February 17th, 2021. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook of the day. So energy today, following that big full moon in Leo that we had yesterday, you guys, that was also forming a grand cross with the North and the South node, really talking about us having an opportunity to really reflect truly on the authentic nature of what is in our heart and step into that vibe, release what is no longer benefiting us that we've been carrying from the past so that we can move forward into this new future, down this new road that is much more authentically aligned with that authentic truth in our heart and our desire to pursue our passions with Venus and Mars together as well. Today's energy following right on the heels of that is really, in a lot of ways, talking about the need and just the fact that we are really embracing this rebirth and this transformation right now into this new personal paradigm that we are in the process of each of us creating for ourselves, this new reality based on this newly gained sense of awareness with that full moon yesterday of the true nature and contents of our heart, what we really want and desire, what we are passionate about, and what authentically is in alignment with us at this point in time. That's what that moon yesterday was really all about. And now today, coming out of that moon, we have the sun coming to 29 degrees of Aquarius today. And that Sabian symbol, or that degree, that specific degree of the zodiac described in a picture form so that we can just get a better idea of how that particular placement tends to manifest, what that particular degree can represent for us in our physical world. That's what the Sabian symbols do. They just give us a symbolic guide to the specific degrees so that when there's a planet at a specific point making an aspect, we just have an additional layer of information that we can apply as like an overlay to the transits to just give us more clarity and interpretation. So I'm always reading the Sabian symbols, you guys, along with the energetics, and today we have the sun, 29 degrees of Aquarius, that Sabian symbol, following this energy we had yesterday. If you guys missed my full moon report, you might want to check back and look at that, because today is really just furthering a lot of that energy. But the Sabian symbol is a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis. How perfect could that be in the context of all that we have going on right now in this rebirth process, and the North and the South nodes both being so heavily activated yesterday with that full moon? We also have the Earth today, the status of things on the ground, what's happening on the ground. The Sabian symbol, 29 degrees of Leo, the Earth is always in a direct polar opposition to the sun, is a mermaid, emerges from the ocean waves, ready for rebirth in human form. So we have the position of the sun today, talking about a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis, this metamorphosis process and sprouting wings, coming into one's true potential and actually being able to take flight. Speaking of the age of Aquarius that we are moving into, this air paradigm. And then we have the mermaid emerging from the ocean waves, rising out of the previous paradigm of the age of Pisces, ready for rebirth in human form in the air, being in the, out of the water. So I feel like both of these placements today for the sun and the earth, following this big full moon grand cross that we had yesterday, is really referencing this evolutionary trajectory that we are really all collectively on right now on an internal frequency based, vibrational level, but also it is extrapolating outward into our physical life, into our physical reality, our physical experiences. This internal shift is becoming a very external shift at this point in time, and it has us, as all of this energy has been pushing for emerging from our chrysalis, emerging from the ocean waves, ready for this rebirth in this new paradigm, in our new form of our new self, are in much more alignment with our higher selves. So, really like right off the bat today, we have the sun and the earth talking about this transformational rebirth metamorphosis process that was also being indicated through the full moon in Leo yesterday in a grand cross with the north and the south node. We also today, you guys, still have Venus and Mars at the same degree in a very close conjunction. They're at 18 degrees of Capricorn today. That Sabian symbol is the Union Jack flies from a new British warship. And so with them both being together, the cosmic lovers at that specific degree, I'm thinking about like a united front, this definite integration and united force, united front in terms of this divine feminine and this divine masculine energy that we have going on within us that is bringing us to this place of self-empowerment that is helping us to really go through this rebirth process and to step into our new skin, essentially, as, an outcome of that, and just generally what is happening in this process that we're in right now. The moon is in Virgo today, you guys, and that means that the moon will be forming a trine to Uranus in Taurus, a trine to Venus and Mars together in Capricorn, and also simultaneously in opposition to Jupiter expansion in the sign of Pisces. So this is some big time, sudden or unexpected changes or events happening in relationships or within relationship dynamics for sure. Also finances and creative projects and stuff like that could also be getting thrown up in the air in some way today. With this trine happening between the moon in Virgo, Uranus in Taurus, Venus and Mars in Capricorn, while the moon is making the opposition to Jupiter in Pisces, this could definitely be creating some type of like structural shifts, structural changes, foundational changes, like physically happening in relationships, in finances, partnerships, these creative projects, these creative endeavors that we are working on. And this energy is bringing in divine alignments and grounding them into physical reality as well. I also feel like this is very, very much, again, this soulmate energy, divine unions, divine connections, divine alignments, divine partnerships, really like being grounded into reality, coming into our physical experience in this energy. So I feel like that type of thing is also very indicated and highlighted today. Sudden connections or breakups happening in this energy are to support our process of aligning with that authentic potential. Everything that we've been dealing with in that Leo, with that Leo full moon yesterday, that energy that's going to be carrying out over the next 2 weeks, really doing the most to get us to align to that authentic like truth that's in our heart and the passions and the desires and what we really want and what we really need and what we're motivated by and inspired by, with Venus and Mars also being together in exact to the minute Kazemi for the moment of the full moon yesterday. Really super powerful, really trying to show us the truth of our heart and liberate us, with the sun being in the sign of Aquarius and Saturn also being in Aquarius, ruler of the sign of Venus and Mars, and the sun being, or the moon having been in Leo, ruled by the sun in Aquarius, liberating us to really pursue the truth of our heart and our real, like, honest, authentic passions and desires. That is where the gold is right now, so to say. This energy is also bringing very ingenious and divinely inspired creative ideas and projects that might just like hit us out of the blue. And we're like things that we are working on right now, like maybe some additional information or just a really good way to enhance whatever we're working on coming in to benefit. Very supported in this energy. And the things that we are working on and building and creating right now, whether it be, a relationship dynamic or a creative project or something that we're building to bring us some type of stability in our lives or some type of resource within us that we're cultivating, whatever that is, it's very supported in this energy. And it is very likely to bring some real rewards and success going forward in the future. Especially, of course, as long as it really is in that authentic alignment with us, because that is what is very supported in this energy. And anything out of that authentic alignment with us is really falling away at this point in time. And that is why there is this sudden beginning, soulmate energy, like divine alignments, things falling into place at the perfect moment, the perfect time. But the flip side of that is also what needs to go in order to open the space and align the vibration for these attractions to happen in the first place. So sudden endings, sudden beginnings in our physical reality, physical experiences we could definitely be dealing with in this energy today. We have that moon in Virgo forming the opposition to Jupiter in Pisces today. This should really, the moon, this is our feelings, our internal environment, what's going on inside of us. And in Virgo, really sort of maybe aligned to what we're thinking, planning, analyzing, stuff like that. But opposing Jupiter in Pisces, truth and expansion, this is like, could be bringing some real hopeful feelings and making us a bit optimistic and ability to trust in ourselves and our abilities, and sort of thinking that the things that we are thinking about and considering and planning and envisioning and working towards at this point in time might actually have some tangible physical ability to manifest and come true. This moon in Pisces today, or in Virgo today, opposing Jupiter in Pisces, I feel like this is definitely giving us some optimism, hope, inspiration, encouragement, trust, faith, and belief in ourselves and our abilities to pursue this new path that we are opening to at this point in time. We are really believing in ourselves and our progress and feeling ready and prepared to be reborn and initiated into this metamorphosized version of ourselves and how we interact with our lives and our reality as a result. We also today have Jupiter moving to 12 degrees of Pisces. That Sabian symbol is an examination of initiates in the sanctuary of an occult brotherhood. This, and with the moon coming to the opposition today, while Jupiter is at this degree, and also the trine to Uranus and the trine to Venus and Mars, I really do feel like this is having us reflect on this initiation that we are going through right now into this metamorphosis and this rebirth, the position of the sun and the earth today as well, on this new course, this new trajectory forward based on this authentic heart-based alignment. We are being initiated into the age of Aquarius vibrations and frequencies, which are that reflection of that true, authentic, heart-based alignment and the potential that it represents to serve the greater good, and as a result receive the ultimate in fulfillment and abundance in and of ourselves, because it's coming from that authentic gift, ability, talent, whatever we have inside of us that is uniquely ours, that we are cultivating, tapping, and using to fill a void in the greater good. And what we receive back from that is the greatest possible source of fulfillment that our soul could desire, because it's based in that authentic truth. And that is what this energy, I feel like, is just indicating sort of all the way around today, that we are coming to this point where we are really being inspired and reflecting and understanding and transitioning out of our old ways of being, out of our old version and view and understanding and perspective of ourselves and our reality, and we are being initiated into this new paradigm that will be, it's heading towards much more golden age vibes than we've been in quite a while. And this is the trajectory of getting there. And today in our chapter, this is Jupiter, the position of Jupiter is in the position of the sun and the earth after what we had going yesterday, are just legitimately speaking about this initiation phase. And so over the next few days, while Jupiter is at this degree, I feel like that is something that we are kind of maybe going to be going through personally in our own lives and our experiences is, conquering, really truly rising to the occasion, conquering our demons, and really be stepping into that truth, living that truth, and coming from this place of self-empowerment that allows us to be initiated into this new vibration and perpetuate and create the age of Aquarius collectively. Really, really beautiful energy that we have going on today. Really speaking, again, as I've said so many times, to that grand cross we had yesterday with the full moon, the crossroads, choosing a path guided by the light in our heart, the moon in Leo with Venus and Mars together, crossing a bridge into a more genuine and authentic reality where we are free, Aquarius, to pursue our heart's true desires and passions and love and everything that results and comes from that. That is just what is happening in our 222 month right now of this 222 year. Again, more of this really faded energy, more of this divine connection, more of this soulmate energy coming in. And we just really need to persevere through the difficulties right now, surrender to the process, keep our eye on the prize, keep that faith, keep that trust, envision the outcome that we want, and know that we are definitely heading in the right direction at this point in time. With Venus and Mars in the conjunction together, again, you know, this extended Venus-Mars conjunction in Capricorn, and the moon forming the trine to both Uranus. Remember, Uranus is at 12 Taurus right now, a young couple window shopping. Again, talking about this union between the masculine and the feminine and creating the new reality, the new experience together. And again, this is not just, you know, literally like romantic couples that this is speaking about. This is also the relationship that we have to ourselves, the relationship that we have to the divine, and also like any other forms of partnerships or pairings or couplings or dynamics, duos that we have going on. There is a very, very creative energy right now for us to literally be able to redesign the fabric of our reality based on this divine union that first is happening within the masculine and the feminine within us, and then as a result of this vibration that we are creating is also drawing in these divine unions in our physical experience as well, especially being in all this earth energy. And with also the moon forming the opposition to Jupiter today, definitely we are freeing ourselves to go after our true desires with no holdback, no inhibitions. With the moon forming the trine to Venus and Mars, also forming the trine to Uranus, this could definitely be having us like breaking through inhibitions. Even though we have the moon in Virgo, it's still opposing Jupiter, which is, you know, big, overblown, like supersized emotions as well. So all of this energy could definitely be pushing us to pursue our passions and our desires today with no holding back. We are feeling empowered. We are having faith and trust in ourselves and God that we are making the right decisions also with the moon in Virgo right now. And we also today have Mercury ruling Virgo, the sign where the moon is right now, at 3 degrees of Aquarius. That Sabian symbol is a deserter from the Navy, stands suddenly aware of a dawning truth. Freedom is never the result of compromise. And I feel like that is the ultimate gist of that degree. Freedom is never the result of compromise. And I feel like that is also sort of a dynamic of what we're going through right now, and just very unwilling to compromise this heart-based freedom, or this freedom to align with the truth of our heart and what we really want and what we desire and what is true and genuine and authentic to us. I don't feel like we're willing to sacrifice or compromise that at any more at this point in time, and especially with Mercury at this degree today, and also the moon in Virgo. So ultimately, you guys, today is another day about embracing that transformation that's going on, surrendering to the rebirth, surrendering to the changes, being open to literally any and all possibilities. We are in a big time month, moving into a big time year of endless possibilities and miracles really coming true through our own ability to really like gain a mastery over our mind and our vibration, and to interact with reality in the proper way and release the things from the past that have been holding us back, or that we've been being held in bondage to because of any sense of lack that we've been holding inside of us for any reason. It is all about following the truth of our heart right now. And the truth of our heart is what is going to unlock all of these doors to these endless possibilities and this endless potential to create this fulfilling and abundant experience. So, wow, that is really what I have for the astrology today. I got done super fast today, and I've talked about the Sabian symbols too. It really is just sort of like very interesting to me that following on the heels of the energy that we had yesterday with the full moon in Leo and the square, that big cross the big grand cross to the nodes, that we have a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis today, and a mermaid emerges from the ocean ready for rebirth in human form. Like literally the word emerge in both of those symbols, and one is from a chrysalis, you know, speaking of the air, the age of Aquarius, flying away, the butterfly, and one is from the ocean, leaving the past behind, the age of Pisces, that watery paradigm, being able to breathe and exist within the realms of the air. So very synchronistic, I feel like, in the symbols today. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the moon in Virgo today and forming the trines to Venus and Mars and Uranus in opposition to Jupiter as well. So we'll see how it goes, you guys. Let's talk about the tarot cards for a second. So I got 3 cards today when I was shuffling, asking God, universe, spirit to clarify the energy of the collective. What do we need to know right now? I kind of like this message that we got coming out. The first card that we got was the 9 of Wands in reverse. Again, this is a card of surrender. This is a card of like laying down the burdens, like putting down like something that we've been fighting against for a really long period of time and we haven't been giving up on, and we've been just like really just like hardcore steadfast, moving towards like battered and bruised, but keep on going. Like this is saying that it's actually time to surrender. Like we are surrendering the things that we have been fighting to maintain, but that we haven't been able to really succeed in for any reason. It's definitely this message of surrender. And then the next card that came out, what are we surrendering to? We got the sun, you guys, Leo moon yesterday with that grand cross. The sun, the light, the truth, the like exactly what that Leo moon was about yesterday. We're surrendering to acknowledging and being receptive to the light within us, our true authentic love and desires and nature of our own heart, and what motivates us, what makes us feel alive, and what brings us joy and what brings us passion. Is actually like, I feel like this is saying, you know, these 2 cards in combination, we are surrendering to that. And then the card that came out after that, we got the King of Wands, you guys. This is definitely Mars and Venus together, if you ask me. This energy, this is definitely about pursuing passions, like being really gung-ho about it too, like really just being in full power as well. Very, very self-empowered, very, very powerful, potent, creative force, very like self-assured, and just, you know, like the king of our own kingdom, like really coming from that heart-based place of truth and not having any like real insecurities about it. And with these 3 cards together, I feel like this is saying, you know, we are surrendering to what was happening with that moon yesterday, to the truth of the light within us and the authentic nature of our heart, and what we need to free ourselves from in order to pursue those passions and desires from that place of self-empowerment. So this to me is really describing the energy that is present now and over the next 2 weeks as this full moon cycle plays out, and that was present yesterday for the full moon. And then on the back of the deck, we had the 4 of Pentacles, and this to me is the card of not letting go, holding on to something that we really value to like. And with these cards being the other cards that came out with it, it's like what we truly have decided that we prioritize and value and that we are not letting go to is this process of surrendering the burden and what we've been fighting to maintain in order to embrace the light of our heart and go after our authentic passions and our authentic desires. That is the gold. Like I said, that is the value. And that very much is what we are grasping tightly onto and not letting go of. So, and I feel like this energy is represented in the chart today as well, because like I said, today's chart really is sort of like putting the exclamation point on the energy of yesterday. So, you know, with that grand cross that was going on, it may have brought us to a point of like finally surrendering what we have been fighting to maintain, that maybe is just no longer in alignment with our ability to become like the true authentic nature of our heart and pursue what we really truly love, want, desire to create also at this point in time. We are holding on tight to that, you guys. So that was the message for the tarot today. And I love how like literally even the sun came out. So things should start clearing up soon. We are almost out of this really, really crazy 2021 tipping point year. And 2022, I think, is going to be a lot better in terms of just coming to terms with what is happening, being in a better mind space about it, because we're looking at things from a different perspective. And I feel like, you know, it's just there's going to be a lot of things changing and a lot of connections coming in that are going to make things make a lot more sense in terms of what we've dealt with throughout the course of 2022. So let's look at our synchronicity card for today. We had one flip over. This card says, don't abuse your body. So something that we should keep in mind today as we are navigating whatever is going on, especially with this Uranus energy that we have as well. Therefore, glorify God in your body. 1 Corinthians 6:20. It's wrong to abuse your body. It's one of the holy temples of God. Likewise, austerities, rigidities, and stiffness have no value in spirit to you. Your body is the nest where God dwells, and you should make it a channel for vitality, wholeness, beauty, and perfection. Forgive yourself for the past and get on with a healthy and whole life. And again, coming on the heels of this full moon in Leo yesterday and this grand cross, this is literally saying forgive yourself for the past and get on with a healthy and whole life as we go through this rebirth, as we go through this transformation, as we emerge from our chrysalis, as we emerge out of the ocean waves, ready for rebirth and human form. I feel like this card is really telling us that this path ahead, this rebirth, is where we're going, is going to be, you know, a phase of life where we are definitely taking a lot better care of ourselves, you know, holistically all the way around, because also that would be a reflection of this enhanced sense of aligning with our authentic truth and the value inside of us and the self-empowered nature. We definitely need to be taking care of our physical bodies as well as we go through this process. So that is the advice and message from God. That is the message from the cards. That is the message from the stars. That is the message from me, I guess. And so that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys, I hope I was able to provide something for you that gives you a little bit of whatever you need to navigate the energies in the best possible way in your circumstances and experiences in your life. If you liked this video, guys, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think that they would like it. Leave me comments, you guys. I absolutely love your comments. I read every single one of them. I really appreciate your feedback and everything that you guys have to say. Thank you guys all so much for being here too. Like, I really am so grateful to you, and I really love and appreciate like each and every one of you. So wishing everybody a really, really beautiful day. Be open to those divine connections. Take good care of your body. Drink a lot of water, and come back tomorrow. We will have a weekend report, and I'm sure there will be a lot to talk about. I probably won't have extra time in my report tomorrow. So have a great day, everybody. See you then. Bye.